Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Romania, a country rich in culture and history. Nestled at the crossroads of Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe, Romania is a land of contrasts and continuity, where mountains, plains, and rivers converge with centuries of history and vibrant cultural traditions. Despite often being overshadowed in popular imagination by its neighbors, Romania holds a remarkable depth of stories, from ancient Dacian civilizations and Roman conquests to medieval principalities and modern transformations. Its landscapes range from the towering Carpathians, shrouded in mist and legend, to the tranquil waterways of the Danube Delta, one of Europe's richest ecosystems. Romania's identity is shaped by layers of influence: Latin roots from the Roman Empire, Orthodox faith from Byzantium, and waves of Slavic, Ottoman, Hungarian, and Western European contacts. These influences are visible in the country's language, architecture, music, and folklore, producing a unique cultural mosaic that is both historically grounded and dynamically evolving. Over the centuries, Romania has been a frontier of empires and a bridge between East and West, experiences that have forged a resilient and adaptable people. In this article, we will explore 10 essential facts about Romania, highlighting its geography, history, language, culture, economy, and natural wonders. Each fact not only reveals something about the country itself, but also helps explain how Romania came to be the nation it is today, an extraordinary place where the past and present intertwine in vivid and unexpected ways. 1. Romania's geography and natural landscapes. Romania occupies a unique crossroads in Eastern Europe, bordered by Ukraine to the north, Moldova to the northeast, Bulgaria to the south, Serbia to the southwest, and Hungary to the west, while the Black Sea shapes its southeastern frontier. The country covers roughly 238,000 square kilometers, making it the 12th largest nation in Europe. Romania's geography is often described as a natural amphitheater. The Carpathian Mountains form a sweeping arc through the center of the country, enclosing the historical region of Transylvania. To the east, the gentle plains of Moldavia stretch toward the Prut River and the Ukrainian border, while to the south, the fertile Wallachian plain meets the Danube. This geographical variety creates striking landscapes. Alpine meadows, dense beech forests, and glacial lakes punctuate the Carpathians. The Danube Delta is one of Europe's greatest wetlands and a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. And along the Black Sea coast, sandy beaches contrast with the cliffs of Dobrogea. Because of this diversity, Romania harbors a remarkable array of flora and fauna. Brown bears roam the Carpathians in numbers unmatched elsewhere in the European Union, and the delta shelters hundreds of bird species, including pelicans, cormorants, and herons. Romania's location also places it at the meeting point of several climate zones, which further enriches its biodiversity. 2. A tapestry of historical regions. Modern Romania brings together three principal historical provinces: Wallachia, Moldavia, and Transylvania, each with its own story. Wallachia and Moldavia were independent principalities for centuries, maintaining autonomy even while paying tribute to the Ottoman Empire. Transylvania, by contrast, spent long periods under Hungarian rule and later Habsburg administration, developing a multicultural society of Romanians, Hungarians, Saxons, and settlers. The eventual union of these territories is central to Romanian national identity. Long before the medieval period, the land that became Romania was known as Dacia. Here, the Romans launched two major campaigns against King Decebalus in the Dacian Wars of 101 to 102 CE and 105 to 106 CE, ultimately annexing Dacia as a Roman province. Roman administration brought roads, forts, and Latin speech, which would form the basis of the Romanian language. Facing external pressures, the empire withdrew its legions and administration around 271 CE, leaving behind a Romanized population whose Latin tongue survived centuries of migration and invasion. Wallachia emerged in the 14th century under leaders like Basarab I, whose victory at the Battle of Posada in 1330 secured independence from Hungary. Moldavia's foundation is attributed to Dragos, a local leader sent to defend against Tatar incursions, with Bogdan I later consolidating full autonomy in the mid-14th century. The 19th century saw the gradual convergence of these regions. Wallachia and Moldavia united in 1859 under Prince Alexandru Ioan Cuza, forming the nucleus of modern Romania. Transylvania joined after World War I, following the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the 1918 Alba Iulia Proclamation. 3. Language and Latin heritage. Romanian is a Romance language, descended directly from the Vulgar Latin spoken by Roman colonists in ancient Dacia. This makes Romania a linguistic island in a sea of Slavic languages. Romanian retains Latin grammar and vocabulary but has been enriched by Slavic, Greek, Turkish, Hungarian, and more recently, French influences. The very name Romania reflects this legacy, stemming from the word Romanus, meaning citizen of Rome. Despite centuries of contact with neighboring peoples, the language's core structure remains unmistakably Latin. Linguists often note that a Spanish or Italian speaker can recognize a surprising number of Romanian words. The language also carries echoes of the Dacian substrate, preserving ancient place names and some unique terms. Romania's commitment to its Latin roots shaped its 19th century national awakening, when intellectuals emphasized the connection to Rome to bolster claims of a distinct European identity. 4. Romania under empires and kingdoms. Throughout its history, Romania found itself at the intersection of empires, the Ottoman to the south, the Habsburg and later Austro-Hungarian to the west, and the Russian Empire to the east. The Romanian principalities maintained a delicate balance, often negotiating autonomy through diplomacy and tribute. The 19th century brought sweeping change. Inspired by the 1848 revolutions and nationalist movements across Europe, Romanian leaders sought unification and independence. The creation of the modern Romanian state in 1859 was followed by recognition of independence in 1878 after the Russo-Turkish War, and in 1881, Romania proclaimed itself a kingdom under Carol I of the Hohenzollern-Sigmaringen dynasty. The early 20th century was marked by territorial consolidation, including the union with Transylvania. However, the 20th century also brought turmoil. Both world wars inflicted heavy losses, and Romania endured shifting alliances and territorial changes, including the loss of Bessarabia to the Soviet. 5. The Communist Era and Revolution of 1989. After World War II, Romania fell within the Soviet sphere of influence. The monarchy was abolished in 1947, and a communist government led by Gheorghe Gheorghiu took power. Nicolae Ceausescu became the dominant figure from 1965 until his overthrow in 1989. Initially, Ceausescu enjoyed some popularity for pursuing a relatively independent foreign policy, refusing to participate in the 1968 Warsaw Pact invasion of Czechoslovakia. But his later years were defined by harsh repression, an intrusive secret police, the Securitate, and disastrous economic policies. Ceausescu's ambitious plan to repay foreign debts led to severe austerity. Food rationing, power outages, and widespread shortages characterized the 1980s. Discontent culminated in the December 1989 revolution, one of the bloodiest in Eastern Europe. Massive protests began in Timișoara, spread to Bucharest, and ultimately resulted in Ceausescu's capture and execution. Romania's transition to democracy was turbulent, but it opened the door to political pluralism and market reforms. 6. Culture, folklore, and the arts. Romanian culture blends Eastern and Western influences. Traditional music features instruments such as the pan flute, nai, cymbalum, and violin, while folk dances like the energetic hora and kalukare remain vibrant. The country's literary tradition includes national poet Mihai Eminescu, playwright Ion Luca Caragiale, and Nobel laureate Herta Müller. In the visual arts, sculptor Constantin Brancusi achieved international acclaim for his abstract forms that bridge folk motifs and modernism. Romanian folklore is equally rich. Legends of vampires and werewolves draw on ancient superstitions, most famously embodied in the Dracula myth inspired by the 15th century prince Vlad Tepes. Beyond the Gothic, rural Romania preserves seasonal rituals, from caroling at Christmas to spring festivals that honor fertility and the renewal of nature. Many villages maintain centuries-old wooden churches and painted monasteries, especially in Maramureș and Bucovina, which are recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. 7. Architectural heritage and castles. Romania's architectural landscape reflects its layered history. Medieval fortresses like Racnov and Sighisoara showcase Transylvania's Saxon heritage, with colorful citadels and cobblestone streets. Pelic Castle in Sinaia, built in the late 19th century for King Carol I, combines Neo-Renaissance and Gothic Revival styles and was among the first European castles powered by electricity. Bran Castle, often marketed as Dracula's castle, attracts visitors with its dramatic cliffside setting, though its historical ties to Vlad the Impaler are tenuous. In the capital, Bucharest, nicknamed the Little Paris of the early 20th century, one finds a mix of French-inspired boulevards and Orthodox churches. The colossal palace of the parliament, commissioned by Ceausescu, is the world's heaviest building and a symbol of both ambition and excess. Rural regions preserve vernacular architecture, from the thatched houses of the Danube Delta to the intricately carved wooden gates of Maramureș. 8. Modern economy and innovation. Since the fall of communism, Romania has undergone significant economic transformation. It joined NATO in 2004 and the European Union in 2007, steps that accelerated reforms in foreign investment. The economy diversified, with strong sectors in automotive manufacturing, information technology, and energy. Cities like Cluj-Napoca and Bucharest have emerged as tech hubs, attracting startups and multinational companies. Romania is also rich in natural resources, from fertile farmland to deposits of oil, natural gas, and minerals. Renewable energy is growing, with wind farms along the Dobrogea Plateau and hydroelectric projects in the mountains. While challenges such as infrastructure gaps and rural poverty remain, Romania's steady GDP growth in the 2010s earned it recognition as one of the fastest developing economies in the EU before the disruptions of the COVID-19 pandemic. 9. Diverse population and religious life. Romania's population of about 19 million is predominantly ethnic Romanian, but it also includes Hungarian, Roma, Ukrainian, German, and other minorities. The Hungarian community is concentrated in Transylvania, particularly in the Shikli land, where Hungarian language and culture flourish. The Roma, one of Europe's largest Romani populations, contribute significantly to Romanian music and craftsmanship, though they continue to face social and economic challenges. Religion plays a central role in Romanian identity. About 80% of Romanians belong to the Romanian Orthodox Church, which influences national holidays and customs. Other denominations, Roman Catholic, Greek Catholic, Protestant, and Muslim, reflect the country's diverse heritage. The harmony of different faiths is visible in cities like Constanta, where mosques stand near Orthodox cathedrals, and in Transylvania, where fortified Lutheran churches dot the landscape. 10. Tourism and natural wonders. Romania offers travelers a mix of cultural heritage and natural beauty. The painted monasteries of Bucovina display vivid 15th and 16th century frescoes. The medieval town of Sighisoara, a UNESCO site, preserves an intact citadel where Vlad the Impaler was born. Outdoor enthusiasts find endless opportunities, hiking the Carpathians, exploring the Apuseni caves, or birdwatching in the Danube Delta. The Black Sea coast provides summer resorts like Mamaia, while spa towns such as Baia Herculane continue a Roman tradition of thermal baths. Wine tourism is gaining popularity, with vineyards in regions like Daliumar producing increasingly acclaimed vintages. Romanian cuisine featuring dishes like sarmale, stuffed cabbage rolls, mumclig, cornmeal porridge, and sweet kozanic rounds out the visitor experience. Conclusion. These 10 facts only scratch the surface of Romania's complexity, but together they reveal a nation of striking landscapes, deep historical roots, and resilient culture. From the Roman imprint on its language to the modern drive toward innovation, Romania embodies the interplay of tradition and change. Whether through the quiet majesty of the Carpathians, the vibrant rhythms of folk music, or the enduring strength of its people, Romania stands as one of Europe's most intriguing and multifaceted countries. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to follow for more exciting content.